take the $1 million or the dinner with Jay-Z?
You know, you can give me a key to a Lamborghini right now. It's not gonna do nothing for me unless I find the Lamborghini that it goes to. So, yeah, give me the million, please.
Welcome back, everybody, to Basement Sessions. I'm your host, Anthony. We have another special guest in today. We'll let him give himself an introduction.
What's going on, y'all? This is Flatline Rel, High Pilot Gang, Canton in the building. You know.
Yes, sir. We've been meaning to link up for a while. Hasn't happened till now, and I'm glad it finally has.
Yeah, we've been trying.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we haven't shot anything. I normally start with our past work. We haven't shot anything yet. But just like Terrio last time, we're doing an interview, and then I dropped the mic right after. So we'll be dropping that soon after. So actually, it'll probably be out before this interview. So you guys might have even seen it before this. So welcome.
Appreciate you.
Glad to finally meet you.
For sure.
So where are you from?
I'm from Canton, Ohio. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I literally grew up in all sides of the city. But yeah, Canton.
Okay. By chance, do you know Brady Kugler?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll have to show you pictures after the interview. It's my cousin. He's from Canton too. So.
What? How old? Age range, I should say.
He's a little bit younger actually. I think he's 21, 22.
Oh yeah, no, that's like my siblings' age bracket.
Okay. How old are you?
I just turned 29 on the 25th of January.
I would have never guessed that, for real.
Appreciate that.
I thought you were like 22, 23.
Man, I wish.
So what was your life like growing up, bouncing around all over the place?
Well, it definitely helped develop me into be a people person. I'm always meeting new people because I was always changing schools and things like that. But somehow managed to kind of, keep like a person or two from every school that I kind of just happen to be blessed to grow up with. So we got like our little group type thing, you know what I mean? But average Ohio story, growing up struggling and trying to make it happen basically. But yeah, that was about it for that.
So it's hard to find people in Ohio that just had like amazing lives.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody from Ohio just it wasn't amazing. I mean, in some parts of Ohio it's pretty rough, but
yeah,
I feel like everybody's like right in the middle here in Ohio.
Yeah, it's not often you find somebody that didn't at some point, live that aspect of life. You know what I mean? Like you find somebody like, what? You never had disconnection notices? Like that's crazy.
No, for sure. So, what age were you exposed to the music life?
That's a tricky question. Just because from what I can remember, like I've always enjoyed music as far as like listening to music and stuff like that. But I have a few relatives who they made music, but ironically they made music different from what I make. Like I got cousins that are actually in a band. Okay. So they sing and play guitar and play bass guitar and all that. And then I grew up and I rap and sing a little bit and do that type of thing. But I would say that's probably like the introduction to it, outside of just being so fascinated with the whole thing about with music. I'm like the attention that the rappers or the singers or the whoever get. I always thought that was cool. Like I said, I like to be center of attention. So I was like, I want that. How are they doing it? And kind of so forth.
So what made you want to become an artist? Just the people in your family, or?
No, not even, honestly, because I didn't know that they were actually like pursuing music to that level. I just remember like, family would be around, whether it be like a cookout or like some sort of gathering, birthday party or whatever, and somebody busting out the acoustic guitar and then just sitting there playing and singing something. Right. So to me, that's all it was. I'm like, oh, they know how to do that. That's cool. And but embarrassing enough to admit, like when I was little, loved 50 Cent. 50 Cent was so cool. Like I thought, So I would literally, I remember standing on my bed, in front of my little 50 Cent poster, and I'm up there holding the remote, rapping his lyrics as a little kid,
Right.
hoping I would get yelled at for jumping on the bed. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I've just always been fascinated with it. Whether, from the attention, obviously, you're a kid. I'm like, oh, wow, they got jewelry. Like, that's
Right.
cool. That necklace is cool. Stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I remember bumping Many Men with
man,
one of my best
iconic.
friends as a kid. Oh my,
So
we were like
iconic.
12, bro, bumping
Had
it.
no business reciting
Right,
those
dude.
lyrics.
Oh my god, no
Mm-mm.
business. Not even listening to that kind of music, but I mean, you couldn't not. It was just that was the times. I
Man,
mean,
yeah, he definitely was like ruler of the world. That I want to say that was like the 2002, 3 or 2003,
yeah, I couldn't tell you
2004 era.
exactly,
Like back
but
then, that was
he
yeah.
dominated his era for sure.
Mhm.
So what is your creative process like?
Honestly, it changes a lot, and I say that because I'm always figuring new things out. Um, and I work in many different lanes. Like I'm an artist myself. I'm an engineer. I'm a producer. Um, um, I run my own business. I run a record label with my manager as the co-CEO basically, and so it depends on what we got going on. So sometimes it can be a little rough to transition into like the next role, so to speak. But I will say I feel like it's much easier and free flowing if I'm if I'm by myself. You know what I mean? So like when I'm making, especially when I'm making music, if I'm like in the studio by myself, I don't know, I can I'm more creative in a sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not that I'm shy, but I'm like, if I say this, I don't have to worry about, like, I'm not looking around like, was that trash? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, um, yeah, it just depends. But
How long would you say it takes you on average to make a song? And do you like to hear a beat and write to a beat, or do you like to write lyrics and then find a beat for the lyrics that you think would sound good?
so my process for that is a little frustrating because I go through beats and I'll pass up a bunch that I like I'm like, oh, these are cool, but if lyrics aren't popping in my head like soon as I hear it, I'm like, all right, next one.
Right.
So it takes, it's got to spark that interest first, and then I'll just put it on, and then I quit writing, so like all of my music I punch it in. You mean like I'll hit
Right.
record, say a few lines or a line, stop, go to the next line, do it that way. So it all comes down to the beat. I find the beat first, and then let it flow after that, basically.
Okay. What's your favorite song that you've made?
That's a hard question because I have a lot of music that I haven't put out yet, and I have some songs that I've done in there. Uh, One of my favorite that's released is probably One of Them Days, which we will be connecting on the video for that. I need a crazy cinematic visual for that.
Okay.
Um, which that's on my last album that I put out, the Thanks for Your Concern. It's probably one of the biggest songs on there, honestly. It's got like the best feedback. And then yeah, unreleased, I've been trying new things. So I have songs that you wouldn't expect me to make.
Right. You killed that. I was gonna tell everybody. He made us our first lo-fi beat,
Oh
and
yeah,
for his
yeah.
first one, man, for real, it bumps. I love it. I've
Yeah, I got
listened to
more
it so
coming.
many times.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. Uh, so we'll just skip down because you were just talking about it. Your last project. Do you
Mm.
want to talk about that?
So that I put that out. I want to say like a year ago. Yeah, it was a year ago, December 17th.
Okay.
I put that out. Uh, that project was really special to me because um, that was the first project that I've done that was completely done in house. Like
Right.
I did all the recording and engineering. I've always done all the recording, but I never my first album, I paid and had it mixed and mastered and all that. So this one, the whole process of me creating this one, I was learning
Right.
how to
That's the
mix
best
it.
way to
So
do
it's
it.
not like the greatest quality ever. It still sounds really good. I only say that because I've grown so much from then to now. So
Right.
now I'm like, that don't sound that good. But so to me, that's why that project is like such a, I guess, sentimental um project to me. But nonetheless, it got really great feedback. And streams are still steadily growing on that, and it's like I said, it's been about a year, so
Okay.
not mad at that.
If you could have any collab ever, who would it be?
Mm, I got a couple. Uh,
Go ahead and rip them off.
Lil Wayne. Lil
Okay.
Wayne would be crazy because like I said, 50 Cent was my favorite as a kid, but like Lil Wayne is like the goat.
Right, the lyrical master.
Yeah, like Lil Wayne, he's just different. What Drake said, he's just
Right.
ooh, he's so good.
I remember listening to Wayne as a kid, and his voice was always just like it was hard for me to get past as a kid, especially
You
with
think
people
so?
like 50 Cent, and it was just it almost was like a screechy to me. Mind you, I was a kid, so
I feel that. Unpopular opinion. I've never liked Jay-Z's music because I don't like his voice.
right. I'm not like a super big fan of him. I wouldn't like turn it off if it came
People
on
people
though.
get mad at me for that. They're like, "What?" Like I respect it.
Right. That was me with Lil Baby at first too when he came out. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like,
I see what you're
I'm
saying.
like, why is he trying to like? I'm like, talk like a man, bro. Like, why are you trying to? But it is what it is. That's neither here nor there.
He said, "Talk like a man."
But that would be a cool collab. But as an adult, it's like you listen to Wayne's lyrics and you understand when he
Yeah.
breaks something down and it's just like, what?
Yeah,
He
now,
did
yeah,
that? Like, oh my
exactly.
god.
Because there's been a lot of songs that I'm like, oh come on, like, oh man, I remember I used to listen to this when I was a kid,
Right.
but now you hear it I'm hearing it in a whole different aspect. So
For sure.
now you're like just astonished.
Anybody else? I know you said you got a
Um,
couple.
yeah, I'm from Canton, so Trippie Redd, of course.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Trippie Redd, of course. Lil Durk, one of my favorite artists, and Nocap.
I like
Ironic,
Nocap.
but Nocap is fire.
Yeah.
He's like
Oddly enough, it had no play into the no cap visuals thing.
no, I bet, I
I
bet.
was like, and I think there's actually another no cap visuals out there somewhere that got established after me. But
Well, if you're watching this, you know,
right, get out of here.
you know what's up. He's a fraud, you guys.
So if you could open for anybody, who would it be?
Man, like if it was my choice, I would go for somebody like iconic because I'd want it to be the biggest turnout. Um,
I think one of the last answers was Drake, and I think that was like
oh yeah, for sure. That's a no brainer. All right, so I'm gonna rephrase the question and answer. I think the dopest and most fun person to open up for would be Lil Yachty
oh, yeah, for sure.
or Travis Scott. Like their crowds are like insane. So
Travis Scott, I just feel like there's always too many people at his concerts.
yeah, his fan base is
Dude,
crazy.
it's
He has a massive fan
like
base.
a cult like following.
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like if Trump was a rapper or
But his
something.
music bombs. Like Butterfly Effect. There's so many of his songs. that
Yeah,
just-
it's
they
the
bomb.
beats too, man. Like your beat
Always
selection
fire.
plays the huge. That's why like Yachty. That's why his.
Right.
You know what I mean? He got like the most famous walkouts ever.
Oh, for sure.
That thing was lit.
Right. So what made you want to get a manager, and like at what point did that come in?
So, backstory on that. Like I've made this might answer a question you have on there, I'd imagine, but I started making music like as far as like recording and stuff like that when I was 15. So from like 15 to probably like 21, 22, something like that. I was consistently recording music and releasing music. I was a SoundCloud head, so I was dropped everything on SoundCloud and stuff. And then I quit making music because I just noticed that it was like it wasn't growing fast enough for me. Nothing. I wasn't getting any traction. Like I was missing something. I was like, to hell with it. I don't care. And so I quit for like 4 or 5 years, and then I ended up going through some things in like my personal life. Long story short, was like in like the worst position I've ever been in, and I'm like, I have to do something to pull myself out of this before I drown. And I had the whole studio. I had it for years. I bought it because a friend of mine had it, and he like needed the money, so I bought it off him just to kind of help him out, and I just threw it in the closet. Didn't touch it. It was all brand new stuff. I still got the boxes for it and everything. So I was like, you know, let me just try it. Just hook it up and see how it feels. And I did, set it all up, and then put the kids to bed. The kids went to bed. I'm just up by myself. Found an old beat that I had made years ago, and I just it was the first song I ever did not writing too. I just sat down and just kind of pieced it together, and showed my manager because we were friends before we became business partners.
I was gonna ask if you guys
Yeah,
have known each other longer.
yeah. I've known Arch since I was young, probably like 14, 15.
That's cool.
So around
Probably
the
it's in a
time I
strong
started rapping,
relationship.
actually, that's ironic. I never thought about that. And then, ironically, his brother is my cousin too.
Okay.
So
Do you make music or anything? Oh, he's over there now.
yeah,
Does he make music?
he used to.
Okay.
He's more enticed with the business side of things and being behind the scenes. But yeah, Arch used to rap and record people and stuff like that too, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But like I said, I showed him that song. He was like, man, like this is crazy. He's like, you need to start making music again. And I was joking, but I was like, only way I make music again is if you be my manager. He was like, I don't know how to manage. I never did it before. And I was like, we'll figure it out. And he was like, all right, bet, let's do it. And then a week later, he calls me. He's like, I just spent $200 on books on how to be a manager. And I was like, oh, he's serious.
That's cool. That's a good
All
ass
right.
friend.
So started working on music, and then I introduced him to one of the. He's like another business partner. One of my very close friends, Neon Savvy. Shout out to my brother Neon. He also just dropped that album, Shells and Roses, on all platforms. Go get that. But I introduced them to each other because at the time I was Neon shoots videos as well.
Okay.
That's Neon Nostalgic Films, and so he was like doing videos and stuff like that. So that first song that I did, we linked up, and then he actually shot a video for it, and so we just kind of became like locked in. I've known him for years too, from like high school and stuff like that, but we kind of locked in a little bit different. So then I introduced them, and we just kind of became just us three for the High Pilot Entertainment brand, and then it slowly grew and stuff like that. But yeah, I forget what the whole question was now because I was
Just
rambling.
how you got onto having a manager.
Oh yeah,
or, like,
but yeah, that was it. And then like I said, it was just us three. So then he became both of our manager, and we just been kind of rolling steady,
Right. Oh yeah, that's cool.
figuring it out.
You guys probably got a super strong relationship, having been friends before
Yeah,
doing
for sure.
business or anything together.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you promoting any singles right now?
So
Or what was the last single you dropped?
I don't even remember what the last one was. I think the next one I'm gonna roll with is a single called Umbrellas.
I like that name.
It's a
I feel
pretty.
like I could come up with a cool video concept for that.
Oh, Speeding was the last song that was dropped. So yeah, shout out my brother Curdy King from Cleveland, man. Dude's a superstar for sure. He easily like between local, famous, whatever, he's probably like in my top 3 of performers. Like dude is insane.
Okay.
He literally stage dove off of a building. Like off of the venue. He climbed up on a ladder and then jumped off in the middle of his set. It was insane. But shout out him. That was the last single that dropped. It was me and him. The song's called Speeding. But yeah, I think Umbrellas is what we're gonna roll with next. I think we'll probably need a visual for that one too.
I was gonna say I already have a couple cool. I feel like it'd be
Yeah.
cool to do like a black and white. Well, one of the scenes for it to do like a black and white everything's in black and white except for maybe like a yellow umbrella that you're holding or something, and just like a tight on your face shot that slowly zooms in and out. And all you can see is like the umbrella behind you, maybe have rain dripping off the umbrella in front of you.
Yeah, this guy's insane. Hell yeah. He was
I'm
wanting
trying
me
be
to
a
do it for the.
cinematographer. I don't want to be a run and gun videographer. I want to like. I
Yeah,
wanna
the
do
the,
really
the finished
cool
product is so different. It's so different when it's planned out. It's a whole
Right.
different masterpiece.
I feel like it'd even be cool to have you like sitting inside of a window and maybe looking out of it and having the perception that you're watching yourself outside in the rain type shit.
You got a damn deal. Let's do it. We're gonna do that. Look, manager's over there like, yes.
So what impact do you want to make with your music?
The same impact my music made on me. Like I said, when I came back to making music, I was in one of the darkest places of my life. You know, like, I'm sneaking away to go in the bathroom and cry when I needed to, type situations. Like, it was rough. And my music is ultimately, like, I mean, outside of like my kids, you know what I mean, but my music is what pulled me out of it.
Right.
And it just makes me happy. Like, the feeling I get, especially when I make a new song and I'm, you know, like, I mix it all up, mix it all down and do all that, and then I listen to it back like finished. Like, it's just a really rewarding feeling.
Right.
And it makes me happy, like happy as can be. But I would say ultimately just anybody who's going through something, hopefully there's something that you can connect with that'll kind of help, you know,
Right.
raise your spirits, so to speak.
How many kids you got?
2.
Okay.
2. Yeah.
Boy and girl, boy,
Yep.
boy, girl, girl. Okay.
Yep,
Boy and
they're
girl.
a year apart. Girl's oldest,
Okay.
and
Older
they're-
sister gotta protect the little brother.
man, and they're so smart. They blow my
insane.
mind. It's crazy. Like, they'll pop off. I'm like, it's like you can't say nothing but look. Like, what the
Right.
hell?
Yeah. Kids are. Yeah, my kids blow my mind all the time, man.
How old are yours?
I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Oh, he's got a freshie. Yeah, them toddlers will keep you on your toes.
And then mine goes girl, boy, girl.
Yeah,
So my
mine.
oldest is a girl, my middle is a boy, and then my youngest is a girl. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
So I know, where do you record your music at?
Shout out to Airfare Studios in Canton, Ohio, 1226 Market Avenue North. That's actually my studio. I've been like established as like an actual company, studio, location, all of that for about, I want to say, like close to 3 months. Before that, we had a studio at Neon's house, and we took like the one part of his basement and built it into a whole studio, like put new flooring down. When I say we, I played like the most minimal part in that, by the way.
Just handing them the nails.
I'm late. I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I'm lazy, like, and I'm not handy at all. So, yeah, shout out to my cousin Lash Brothers Construction. Him and Neon's brother-in-law Alan, they kind of came in and just whipped everything up. Like I said, between the new flooring, I did help paint a couple of the walls. Like, the basement, it was crazy looking. Like, it looked
Right.
like a basement, like it was bad. And we made it really nice. And then, you know, we built an actual vocal booth in there with the window, and
Right.
so that's where we was at for a couple years until I got this. But yeah, Airfare Studios, get with me for all your studio needs and production and all that.
A lot of people think I'm in a professional studio till they get here, and they're just like,
Man, listen, I'm a firm believer in fake it till you make it, because it's not always what you're doing, it's what it looks like you're doing. You know what I mean? If this was a green screen and it looked like a beach, a bunch of people are gonna tap in because it looks like you live in life.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, I got a friend.
It's right there.
Yeah, might as well. But I had a friend he was down in Atlanta one time. down there moving around, and he's a musician and stuff like that, and he was, you know, doing his thing or whatever, and every time he would go live, like, he was getting the most attention he'd ever got. So I'm telling him, like, I'm like, when it looks like you're doing something, everybody who never supports, they're gonna rush to come
Right.
support, because they don't want to get left behind and be like, you know, I supported this from day one.
Right.
So hey, it's not always what you're doing, it's what it looks like you're doing,
Right.
or where you're at, types, you know, however you want to lay that out.
What other artists have you worked with, and do you have any favorites?
Yeah, I mean,
Do all
my
your
team.
shout outs and stuff here too, if you want.
Oh yeah, my team for sure. Like I said, Neon Savvy, incredible artist. He's really different too. I feel like we do a really good job of like bringing each other out of our comfort zone, out of our element. You know, like we'll just pop up and it'll be something crazy, something different than either of us would have did on our own. So he's definitely one of my favorites. Free Gnarly CJ, by the way. He's another artist that's on our label. He raps and he sings. He's incredible. Ace Loudpack, another one of our label mates. He's insane. Like, dude's music is hilarious. Very controversial, but he does numbers because he's like right there on the line of like, all right, this dude shouldn't, like, don't do that.
Like Tyler, the Creator type.
Nah,
shit?
he's probably worse.
Okay.
I think maybe. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's up there. Like but it's entertaining and
Every
it's
music-
actually it's good music
Right.
still.
I was gonna say, every music's gotta have a taste.
But I'm trying to think. Who else? K Drews is fire. I don't know if you're familiar with K Drews or not. He's from Alliance. He makes really good music. He's a crazy rapper. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Shout out my brother Ambition too. They Hate Ambition. Me and him, we just dropped a collab album. It's called Flight 370.
Okay.
So the little backstory, like the symbolism behind that, he is Wave Gang Entertainment. We're High Pilot. You know, the Flight 370s, the missing Malaysian flight got lost in the ocean.
Right.
So we kind of just did it that way. But yeah, him and Tez, they're both crazy too. But there's too many people. Like, Ohio in general is just filled with so many crazy artists.
Right.
Like, there's not even just music, but just talent, period. Ohio is like, we could run the world, I swear.
There's so many people that deserve so many more views and stuff than they get. It's insane to me.
Everything. Like I said, even like, you know, like with you, like with the videos and stuff like that, like, there's just so much talent here. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I can't do nothing with the visuals.
I'm
Count
getting
me
there.
out. But no, you're fire, bro. Like,
Well, thank you.
for sure.
I'm definitely getting there. I like the like no edits, minimal effects type videos. I'm shooting for stuff that you see more in the industry. You do see some videos that have like crazy edits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get there, but I'm trying to go. I want to get more cinematic stuff going. So
For sure. So to flip the script, I'm gonna ask you a question. Who's your like inspiration for like visual wise?
Cole Bennett for sure.
I was gonna ask. Cole Bennett's fire.
He's the dog, man.
He's crazy.
His thought process and everything. I watched his TED Talk or whatever, and it was good. And I've watched all of his interviews and shit, and his mindset's crazy. He's a mastermind.
What'd you think of that album that he just did? How all the videos were like the same concept, but they were different.
Dude,
That was genius.
There's a reason he is where he is. We'll
For
just say
sure.
that.
For sure. But no, with Cole Bennett, I got hip to him back in the day when Famous Dex. This was like 2014. Yeah, hit him with it. Like, I
Right.
was like, bro, all the effects that he was doing was crazy. Like all the After Effects and the what the hell's that called? It looked like he was like drawing stuff on the screen and whatnot.
The like
Yeah,
hand sketches and
yeah,
stuff.
like that. That was, and it was new. So I'm like, oh, this is insane.
Right.
But yeah, Cole
It's
Bennett's
crazy
fire.
what AI can do with videos now. I'm not sure if you've checked out
I
any
seen
of
the one
AI
you did.
videos.
Shout out to Don Darko, by the way. Don't know you, but I've been seeing your videos from checking his channel out. You're fire, so we need to
I
work
know,
for sure.
he-
But
he,
his
he's
AI
fire.
video you did is crazy. Like, that
Right.
was so dope.
Yeah, you just plug the AI in and tell it what to do, and it gives it back. Those were, so what I had plugged in was a Cyberpunk and a GTA mix on his video.
That's fire. Don't give too much sauce now. You're gonna have to plug their ears.
Nah, it's cool. Most everybody pays an app. I'm blanking out on Kyber. They pay an app to do it. It's more smooth and stuff. But and they can tell the AI what to do and what not. But what I do is completely free. I go frame by frame, bro, and I'm telling the AI what to do. Change this, do that.
I remember when you was explaining to me, you said basically you do it all by hand, so to speak. But it's ironic. I was literally just showing. I told you I've been promoting you like crazy, like trying to get people aware,
Right.
of what you do. And I was literally just showing somebody that Don Darko AI video, like literally last night. Like, I need to get visuals. I'm telling you, you gotta go mess with my man's. Like,
I kind of want to try a fully AI video and see how it goes.
I'm about it. I got a short song we can do.
I also want to. So I shoot everything in 24 frames, so that's why my AI looks so choppy, because it only has 24 pictures per second to work with. But if I shoot in 60, I'm fairly certain I'll get a much smoother.
I feel like it depends on the song, like the speed and the way that Don's video was. I don't know, it just fit to me.
Right.
Because he had like that kind of like chopped and screwed going at the beginning of the
Right.
song. So, I don't know. I thought it was perfect. Like, everything about that video was crazy. Your color grading is immaculate, by the way.
There's a lot of people that will like get a gimbal and then only shoot on the gimbal, and it's like there will be a super hard song, and everything's on a gimbal and everything's so smooth, and it's just like,
Yeah, you need that.
you gotta feel the energy
That
with the video.
bounciness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta at least. So what my buddy Ant taught me was generally what you want to do is shoot like 30 to 40% on your gimbal, so you got some smooth shots, but then you want to do handheld shots, and you want to do tripod shots. Just it all just blends together so well.
I think the gimbal works well too for like B-roll, because it's got that, you got that nice cinematic.
Yep, I
style
always have
to
that
it.
with me at weddings and stuff. Cause
Yeah. Cause like you don't want to be too turned at the wedding, being
Right.
going crazy.
So, my most famous question, the one everybody loves, the $1 million question.
Oh boy.
If you got $1 million today, dropped in your lap, it was already taxed and everything, what would you do with it?
I'm investing. I'm in not maybe not all of it, but a good portion. I'm investing into my team because I know what everybody on my team is capable of. I know what we're capable of, and put in the right position, like, we will never have to want for nothing again, for sure. So yeah, that's probably it. And fixing my damn credit. I'll fix my credit.
A lot of people don't realize if you just invest that $1 million, right, you can have.
You'll eat forever.
Yeah, you can have 50 to 100K a year. I mean, 10 years, you got your money back. If you just
for
want to wait
sure.
for a little bit.
For sure.
I mean, you can eat a little bit while you're getting.
Yeah,
your
I'm
money
telling
back.
everybody on the team, like, pick one person, one major artist you wanna collab with, and we gonna pay that ticket and get everything set up the right way, and
Right. Make it
we're
happen.
gonna take off. Yeah, cause like I said, I know what we're capable of, and put in the right position. You know, you set me. If I'm able to get in a position to sit in front of the right person or the right people, I ain't leaving broke. I tell you that.
Right.
I guarantee it.
Would you take the $1 million or the dinner with Jay-Z?
I'm taking $1 million. Taking $1 million. Ain't nothing. Because I mean, you can give me all the. You can give somebody all the advice that you want. That's not gonna. It can't. It has a potential to change their life.
Right.
But I mean, again, I feel like a lot of things are about, the when and the where. You can give me a key to a Lamborghini right now. It's not gonna do nothing for me unless I find the Lamborghini that it goes to.
Right. That's true.
So, yeah, give me the $1 million, please. ASAP.
What do you like to do outside of music?
Music. I don't really do anything else. Unfortunately, I go to work, but
Right. I feel that.
I'm working on not having to do that anymore too. So if things keep going the way they're going, we'll be locked in here soon for sure. But nah, music. I grew up riding dirt bikes and stuff like that, so I like to do that too. And then of course my family time. But that's about it. I don't really play video games all that much or nothing like that. So I'd rather be outside doing something contrary to how I'm built.
Hey, man. I used to be pretty big too myself, honestly.
I was always skinny until like 16, 17.
I was the
And
opposite.
then I ate myself times 3.
I was skinny as a kid until I was like 10. Then I got like chunky. And then it just progressively grew. And I was like 250, 260 when I graduated. And then when I was like 18, 19, I'm like, no girl wants me. Like that's just how I felt at that time. And I thought that was the only reason. Obviously it wasn't.
Yeah, you gotta have a hustle.
So yeah, I starved myself a little bit. I didn't really work out or anything, but I mean, I did it healthy. I mean, it's not like I didn't eat for weeks. I just made sure I was.
Yeah, you cut back on your food intake a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
I was eating. I mean, I could eat a whole large pizza by myself, no problem.
Yeah, that's slight work for sure.
Dude, so it's like I cut back.
That's Arch. He's greedy too. He'll order a whole Little Caesars pizza and won't share with nobody.
So I just snack a little bit through the day, and I'll have like one big meal.
I heard that's what you're supposed to do. Something like it speeds up your metabolism
Yeah,
or something, I guess.
I've heard it a lot. Never really thought much about it, but then I just started doing it, and it worked. So
I think my problem is, I drink a lot of energy drinks and a lot of soda. You know what I mean? Like I don't drink nowhere near as much water as I'm supposed to, for sure. I overeat a little bit too, but I think if I could cut out like all like the sugars, I'd probably drop a lot of weight quick, for sure.
do you have a message for your fans?
Man, I appreciate y'all, 100%. Definitely make me feel like I'm doing something right, for sure. Watching the streams go up, the shows, having a nice amount of people in the crowd being able to like recite lyrics and just being energetic and turned up with you. Buying merchandise, like we sold out like these hats. There is no more of these. Like we had a bunch of these made, hoodies, all that, and within like one show we sold out. So the support is amazing, and for the whole team, we appreciate you more than you know, and keep going. Whatever you trying to do that shit, for sure.
What is the best life advice that you've ever gotten?
Man, that's sad. I don't think anybody's ever given me any, except for Joe Dirt. Keep on keeping on.
Joe Dirt.
Life's a garden. Dig it.
Hey man, he's a legend. It's good advice.
What's that?
Dory told you to just keep swimming, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Disney. Disney will get you together. Movies in general, you'll find some gems in some movies.
Yeah, I've been a movie buff since I was a kid. I can recite tons of lines for movies.
I do that often, and then I always got like one or two that people are just like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
You never seen that as a kid? How are you alive? Your childhood sucked.
Literally. Because I remember the small ones that are like irrelevant as hell.
Right.
But they stuck with me for some reason.
You done with that apple core?
Yeah.
Done with this fart?
Stick your head up. Stick your head up my butt and fight for air.
Joe Dirt's a classic, man. You can't not love Joe Dirt.
He said, "You crying, boy?"
Too funny. I don't have anything else down here. Is there anything else offhand that you've thought of that you want to talk about?
Just keep supporting. Like if you're supporting, Stay at it because we need it. We appreciate it. You know, keep streaming, keep tapping in. Again, Shells and Roses is on all streaming platforms, whatever you use. Make sure you go listen to that. Neon's also doubling back with another new single, Straight to the Bag. I believe it's coming out Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day. And again, everybody on the team's been working, so keep watching out for High Pilot. Make sure you tapping in the Nocap visuals because the man is crazy. He's fire. Yeah, for sure. Your vision is insane. And more new music coming, more visuals. And again, get at me for studio time.
I will plug in his info, like his Facebook and stuff like that, if anybody's looking for studio time, so you guys can tap in with him.
Do that for sure. Yeah.
So I'll have you send me those after the show.
Follow me at Flatline Rel, at Neon Savvy, at High Pilot Entertainment. You know what I mean. Appreciate y'all.
Alright guys, if you've made it this far into the episode, thank you very much. Continued support is amazing. You guys are awesome. I'm glad we could get another great guest on here.
For sure.
This was the third episode of 2024, and I've got a couple more lined up, so I'm hoping to keep these rolling once every 2 weeks or so. So definitely keep your eyes open for that, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.